What's up, everybody? Josh Armijo here. I hope everybody's doing good and well and stuff. This is my first video of 2019, and I'm going to kick things off with a top 10 list of my favorite extreme metal albums of 2018. First of all, I hope everyone had a really good holiday, however the hell you happen to celebrate it. I also hope you had a really good New Year and spent it fun and safely and all that other stuff. Yeah. I missed you guys. I honestly feel like this is the longest I've been away from making videos. Of course, every year I take the break, take the hiatus, and honestly I wanted to do a little year-end video towards the very tail end of 2018 like I always would normally do, but I just needed the extra time off because I needed to just live life just a little bit and not have to focus and worry too much on doing videos. But that's out of the way. I'm back, and hopefully things will pick up right where they were left off last year. Reviews will be coming in as soon as possible. Collection updates will continue as soon as possible. Of course, this year is still getting off the rails and going, but hopefully I'll be able to have some content ready and ready to go for you guys. But yeah, 2018. What an absolutely phenomenal year for extreme music. A lot of awesome albums coming out, a lot of great comeback stories, a lot of fantastic music that had just been put out, and putting this list together was extremely hard and difficult. But at the end of the day, I'm satisfied with my selections, I'm satisfied with my choices, and I'm very much ready to talk about my favorite extreme metal albums of 2018. But first, what we are listening to in the background, a little bit of an honorable mention of sorts. This is Imperialist with Cypher. This is a 2018 release through the great Transcending Obscurity Records. Really cool technical black metal based out of California. Has that almost spacey, Nocturnus-esque sort of vibe going for it, but you can definitely tell there's a lot of technicality and intelligence being put forth with this album. I see a lot of great potential in this band's future, and hopefully we can hear more from them within the coming years. But yeah, check out Imperialist and Cypher. Really great stuff. Okay, now we get to the top 10. Reminder, this list is opinion, not fact. This is my list, not yours. Let's get this party started. Coming in at number 10, Torture Rack, Malefic Humiliation. Yeah, this was quite a fantastic album to listen to all the way through. Pretty much short, sweet, and to the point, ignorant, nasty, filthy death metal. I mean, listening to songs like Festering Castration, Masked in Leeches, Found in Feces, just some seriously gutter trash sort of idiocy going on here with this album, but it's fun. It's a blast to listen to. I love the musicianship, I love the grittiness, I love the lyrics, I love how ignorant this band is, and Torture Rack definitely bring the ignorance here with this new full-length album. I definitely feel that this is Torture Rack at their absolute best, and I'm very curious and excited to see what the future will hold for Torture Rack as far as this style of death metal is concerned. It's really one of the best styles of death metal, to be specific, but yeah. Number 10 on my list is Torture Rack with Malefic Humiliation. Definitely check this one out if you haven't. Coming in at number 9, Galvanizer, Sanguine Vigil. Yeah. One of the biggest surprises for me of 2018 was the label known as Everlasting Spew Records. That label had been putting out a wide array of consistent material, ranging from death metal to blackened death metal to brutal death metal to many assorted different genres. I mean, albums from bands such as Construct of Leth, Syrox, Valgrind, so many bands to be specific, but there were, out of the many bands that label had put out, one album that really got to me was the debut full-length from Galvanizer entitled Sanguine Vigil. Everything about that album felt so authentic, from the artwork to the lyrics to the horror samples to the music. I mean, this is pretty much a stone cold death grind classic, and there is a lot to love and enjoy about this particular album. I mean, it's so memorable from the minute you put it on to the minute it's over. There's a lot of endless replayability going on here with this album. Deathbeat Deity, excuse me, Grind Till You're Dead, Gorefestation, Unfinished Autopsy. Just some absolutely memorable songs here. I love the grittiness of the vocals. I love the grittiness of the music. This is just genuine Finnish extreme metal brilliance, and I love every single thing about this album. If you have not heard Sanguine Vigil yet, you really need to listen to this, because this is definitely a classic in the making. But yeah, number 9 on my list is Galvanizer with Sanguine Vigil. Go check this one out. Coming in at number 8, Vargrave, Netherstorm. Yeah. Another really top-notch black metal release from 2018, because I honestly forgot this album came out in 2018. I honestly thought that it came out towards the very tail end of 2017 and it was getting released in 2018, like in the beginning of the year. But you know what? I'm going to say fuck continuity, and I'm going to put this album on my list because Netherstorm is an absolute black metal classic. Definitely reminds you a lot of the older, early first, second, and third waves of black metal. The keyboards, the atmosphere, the tension, the vocals, the music. It's just absolutely beautiful to listen to. V Chaos is an absolute madman, playing everything and doing everything, and if I'm not mistaken, there's going to be a second Vargrave album to come out in 2019. I'm very excited to see what the next potential steps he'll be taking in his musical journey are going to be, but I really had a fantastic time listening to Netherstorm. I mean, this album is one of those listening experiences that you have to enjoy all the way through. You don't really have to skip past anything. You just have to let it sink in, and you'll appreciate everything going on with Netherstorm. It's a really fantastic album. Fantastic songwriting, fantastic vocals, great music, great keyboards. This is genuinely a rebirth of sorts for symphonic black metal. This is exactly how you do it. This is exactly how it's supposed to sound. And Netherstorm is a goddamn masterpiece. So coming in at number 8 is Vargrave with Netherstorm. Absolutely brilliant album. Coming in at number 7, Immortal, Northern Chaos Gods. Yeah. It seems as though every black metal band that has some sort of a down period in their life will come back out of the blue with a comeback album that really will shock and surprise you. And Immortal put out that shock and surprise with Northern Chaos Gods. This is the first Immortal album to not feature Abath in the band, just the primary 2 band members of Horg and Demonaz. Just, there was a lot of things going on, whether or not you were going to, what kind of Immortal you were going to get. How are they going to go on without Abath? Would they even be able to pull something like this off? And they pulled this off in more ways than one here with Northern Chaos Gods. This is an absolutely brilliant album, and this is the best thing I've heard from Immortal in a very, very long time. Knowing me, I love the old Immortal. I love Battles in the North. I love Pure Holocaust. I love At the Heart of Winter. But Northern Chaos Gods is something completely different. It's pretty much what you would know and expect out of Immortal, but there is a lot more energy, a lot more heart, a lot more passion than ever before. And listening to this album makes you appreciate what a band like Immortal are all about. I mean, the title track, Gates to Blashrik, Where Mountains Rise, Mighty Raven Dark, absolutely amazing, amazing songwriting going on here. Like I said, it's the typical Immortal sound, but there's a lot more heart and passion and creativity being done here throughout this album, and I honestly look forward to what Demonaz and Horg do next if they decide to make more Immortal stuff. There's just a lot of great incentives here with this album. So yeah, coming in at number 7 is Immortal with Northern Chaos Gods. Yeah, this is a fucking amazing album. Coming in at number 6, Whoredom Rife, Nid Himner Avhat. Yeah. Second year in a row that I've had a Whoredom Rife record on my top 10 list, and I honestly think that it's for a damn good reason. A band like Whoredom Rife makes me believe fully that Norwegian black metal is alive and well, and with this band, it has been nothing short of consistent ever since then. From the self-titled EP to their debut full-length from last year, Domdagskvad. When I found out that there was going to be a brand new Whoredom Rife album in 2018, I was very much at the edge of my seat, excited and waiting to hear what was going to be potentially happening next. And here we have this brand new full-length album, which is just absolutely beautiful from start to finish. I honestly think this is leagues better than Domdagskvad, just a lot stronger, a lot more intelligent-minded, just some seriously killer Norwegian black metal being done here with this release. I mean, listening to songs like Summoning the Ravens, Where Shadows Dwell, Crown of Deceit, even the closing track, Ceremonial Incantation, just absolutely skull-crushing stuff. I love this band. I love what they bring to black metal, and I'm very, very excited for the continuation of this band's progress and future in making great black metal. Norwegian black metal is a continuing thing thanks to a band like Whoredom Rife and thanks to an album like Nid Himner av Hat. Fucking brilliant Whoredom Rife album. Number 6 on my list is Whoredom Rife, Nid Himner av Hat. Fucking check this one out. Alright, coming in at number 5. We're getting to the top 5 now. Infuriate, with their self-titled album Infuriate. Yeah. Going back to what I said about Everlasting Spew, they are easily one of the best labels of last year, if not the best label of last year, and them putting out the debut album from Infuriate was all the more exciting because this is a band that is going to change the face of what Texas death metal is all about, because this band brings you back to the early days of what older Unique Leader releases were all about, with the production style, the vocals, the guitar riffs, the fantastic drumming by Sterling Junkin. It's just an overall phenomenal package here with Infuriate, and here on this album you get a great, great multitude of things, from songs like Juggernaut of Pestilence, Collective Suffering, Matando is such an amazing song, Cannibalistic Gluttony, just some unbelievable songs going on here, and I'm seriously excited for what Infuriate's future is going to be. This band is the future of Texas death metal, and I cannot stress to you enough how amazing I think this band is. If you haven't heard Infuriate, you definitely need to hear them and check it out. It is worth listening to. But anyway, number 5 on my list is Infuriate with their self-titled album Infuriate. Go check that one out. Coming in at number 4, Cardiac Arrest, A Parallel Dimension of Despair. Yeah. I think this is the 3rd time I've had this band in a top 10 list, but I can't help but praise how much I love Cardiac Arrest and how much of an impact they make with their style and sound of death metal. This is one of my favorite death metal bands in the whole wide world right now, and with the album A Parallel Dimension of Despair, they've taken what they've had with their previous full-length albums, and they've become something a lot more depraved, a lot more sick and twisted, and they put out an album that's just incredibly memorable. Oh man, I think this is one of the best Cardiac Arrest albums ever, with songs like Immoral and Absurd, Unforgiving, Unrelenting, Drudge Demon, Professional Victim, just some incredible songs going on here with this album, and pretty much everything you would know about Cardiac Arrest shows up in droves here with this album, from Adam's vocals, Adam and Tom's guitar playing, the bass work, the drum work, it all just sounds very genuine and authentic. This is a true blue Cardiac Arrest full-length album, and I'm definitely excited to see what happens from there. I know they're going to be playing Destroying Texas Fest in 2019, so hopefully I'll be able to check them out and finally get to see them live again, because there was way too long of a time gap in seeing this band live from getting to see them in 2017. Hopefully getting to see them in 2019. It's going to be fucking badass. But yeah, number 4 on my list is Cardiac Arrest with A Parallel Dimension of Despair. Go check this one out. Coming in at number 3, Evoken, Hypnagogia. Yeah. One of the greatest death doom bands of all time returned with a new full-length album that is just absolutely beautiful to listen to. It's beautiful to the ears, beautiful to the mind, beautiful to the soul, and with this full-length album, it just shows you how strong of a band Evoken truly are. This is a beautiful, beautiful album. The first, if memory serves me right, this is their first conceptual full-length album, and it's some very, very deep and thought-provoking material here with this album. Listening to songs like Valorous Consternation, Too Fain Ebullience, Ceremony of Bleeding, and even the closing track, The Wield of Perished Men. You just get some seriously fantastic songwriting going on here. The keyboards, the flutes, the drums, the guitars, the vocals, the singing vocals. That's just some really, really strong stuff to be heard throughout this album. And I really, really appreciate Evoken going outside of the norm here with their usual sound and putting out something completely fresh and different. And it's fantastic. And if you love everything Evoken's ever done, you're going to find something amazing to enjoy with Hypnagogia. This is an absolute masterpiece, and I'm very, very happy that Evoken put out something awesome in 2018. But yeah, number 3 on my list is Evoken with Hypnagogia. Coming in at number 2, Funeral Mist, Hecatomb. Yeah. Before I say anything about Hecatomb, I also want to give a little honorable mention to the new Marduk album, Victoria. That album was fucking amazing, and I love it more and more every time I listen to it. But Hecatomb is the one thing that threw me by surprise, and it still blows my mind how much I fucking love this album. This album got better and better for me every time I listen to it, and it just shows you how great of a songwriter and musician Ariok or Mortis is. He really shines here with Hecatomb and probably delivers one of my favorite Funeral Mist releases ever. Not But Death, Cockatrice, Hosanna, Pallor Mortis, unfucking believable album. I really had a fantastic time listening to this album. I love the energy, I love the passion, I love the evilness of this record, and it just makes me appreciate what Funeral Mist is all about. This showed up unannounced and out of the blue, and we finally got a new Funeral Mist album, and it is easily one of my favorite things Funeral Mist has ever done. So yeah, number 2 on my list is Hecatomb by Funeral Mist. Go check this one out if you haven't. It is absolutely worth your time and energy. And coming in at number 1, for the first time in my channel's history, we have a tie. We have a tie. There are 2 albums that I truly, truly loved in 2018 that I could not justify giving one album over the other. So you know what? Fuck it. It's my list. I'll do whatever the hell I want with it. And I will put 2 albums in my number 1 spot. So the first album that's going to share my number 1 spot is going to be Ruin with Human Annihilation. Ruin has been so strong and consistent with their style of music and death metal. It's just unbelievable the type of music this band puts out. It is straight up evil, nasty death metal, and with Human Annihilation, they took what they had with Drown in Blood and made things a lot more evil, a lot more darker, and a lot more garish and entertaining. And listening to songs like Secreted Guts, Death Meditation Trance, Savage Mutilation, A Grisly Fate Awaits, everything about those songs and this album shines so perfectly. The guitar riffs, the natural drumming, the loud bass, the vomitous style of vocals. It just shows you that this was the perfect package for me when it came to death metal releases in 2018. And honestly, Ruin is still on a roll. They are still getting the ball rolling. They are still getting music made. And there is a lot of great things to come from Ruin in 2019. I'm excited to see and hear what the future is going to hold for them. But yeah, if you have not heard Human Annihilation, definitely go check this one out. It is fucking amazing. And the other album to share number 1 honors with the new Ruin album is an album that I had been waiting a very long time for, and when it finally came out, it did not disappoint. It is that damn good to me. I am talking about Morgan Grau with Blood Oracle. Yeah. Ever since I first heard Intrinsic Pathway, I was very curious to hear how things were going to continue on with Morgan Grau, and then the music was getting made, the artwork came out, the singles got released, and I was on the edge of my seat with excitement, getting ready to hear how things were going to work out for Morgan Grau. And now here we are with something. This is a complete polar opposite in comparison to the Ruin album. This is a lot more straightforward, a lot more contemporary, but still just as devastating as ever before. I love the vocal deliveries and varieties being done here with this album, from the growls to the Tibetan sort of chants or whatever. Just a lot of really crazy stuff to be heard with the vocals, but the music is just absolutely killer. I love the riffs, I love the musicianship, I love the drumming. It just sounds fantastic from first track all the way to last. Listening to songs like Wolves of 13, Poised at the Precipice of Doom, Forced Exodus, just some seriously killer songwriting going on here with this album. This album deserves a lot more love than I feel it's already getting, and honestly, I hope we don't have to wait another long time for more new Morgan Grau stuff, because this is absolutely killer stuff. So the other #1 album on my list is Morgan Grau with Blood Oracle, Ruin, Human Annihilation. These are my 2 favorite albums of 2018. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. So yeah, that concludes my list. If you happen to have heard any of these releases in 2018, let me know what you think about it, how you feel about them. What are your favorite albums of 2018? Definitely let me know. Like I said, 2019 is still up and running. Hopefully I will get reviews back up and running in some way, shape, or form. Collection updates will still continue. Live footage will still continue. And hopefully this, all of you can be able to share these moments with me in 2019. So happy to be back. I'm going to conclude this video. Thanks a lot for watching. Thanks for checking out my channel. Until next time, Army Hell out.